Hi everyone, this is Robbie here from the Web Shack, and in this tutorial I'm going to go through how to set up widgets. Okay, so let me explain. So basically to get to widgets you go under appearance and then you click widgets. Okay, so here's all the widgets. Before I get to that, I just want to give you an idea. In a few of the videos, tutorials that I've been doing, especially under theme settings, I've been talking about these things called widgets, especially on sidebars and in the footer and so on. And this is how you do it. Okay, so um, let me just give you a few examples. So over here, if I scroll up on my blog page, on the blog page, here I've got a sidebar. Okay, so when you go through your theme settings, you'll see that there's sometimes you get an option to have a sidebar and sometimes full width and so on. Okay, so that's for the sidebar, and then footer, then your footer. So over here under the settings, I want to show you. There's all of these different footer layouts. Okay, so if I chose I chose three in a row. So if I go back to the widgets, I'll see here I've got 1, 2, 3. Okay, but if I had to change this just to say 4, okay, and then save, you'll see my widgets will change to 4 columns. Okay, so no matter what you choose, the widgets will pop up here. So this is now where you would add your widgets. But now I'm just saving this, and then I'll go back there so I can just give you an example of these 4. Okay, you can have widget sidebars in the footer, left or right sidebars. So normally you would have it on your blog or on your this is your shop page. For example, if you click on shop, you might want to have a sidebar there, or on your blog you might have to have a sidebar here. Okay, so that's basically what we're talking about now, adding widgets to sidebars or to the footer. Okay, so now I've saved that. Let's go back to widgets. Let's refresh. Okay, so you'll see now, because I've made 4, you'll see 4's come up. Okay, so now let's run through this quickly. So main widget area, this is for pages. Generally, you don't really have a sidebar on pages because you want a nice, right through the theme options and through the theme settings and the page options, you can add them if you like. But I mean, pages normally nowadays, especially nowadays, we like to have a nice fresh full width type page, but it's up to you. Okay, so that's to add widgets there, but that's not always advisable. Shop page widget area. Okay, so this is now, if I go to the shop, this is now a full width one, but there's options where you can have a sidebar or a sidebar on the left or the right. Okay, which is quite popular because you might want to add for example, you want the product categories to come up, you want to filter by price and so on. Okay, which is quite nice as well. So actually, maybe this shop page. Let me go in here. This shop page could have a sidebar. Oh, okay, it does. It's just under here. Okay, so you see, so I've got my categories. I can filter by price. I could filter by color. So it's actually quite nice. It's nice to have a sidebar widget for your shop page. Okay, so you can add all the options there. At the moment, these are the default ones, products and so on. But here is where these are all the different widgets you can add to the different sidebars. Okay, so we've got videos, text, sliders, search. So look through them, play around with them. What you do if you would like to add one there, so let's say I wanted to add a cart to the sidebar. What I do is I just drag it, okay, and I just pop it in there. Okay, so now, and then under each of these widgets, there's settings. So for example, products, there's 5 products. So let's just go back here. If I go down here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's showing the 5 newest products that are added to the shopping cart, to the shopping store. Okay, and then each one's got its own filter by price and so on. So I play around with those, mess around with these. That's saved, so I'll show you once that's done there. Okay, shop filters. Let me show you shop filters. So if I go here. Here's shop filters, okay, whether you want it on or not. So this is basically the widgets that'll be under shop filters. At the moment, we've got shop by color. These two are generally default, okay, which is quite nice anyway. And then color. So let's go back to the settings. Sorry, let me just close this because that was just a footer example. Okay, so let's go here. And now let's go into the footer, the shop filters. Okay, so now we've got shop by color, okay, which is nice. I want to shop by color, the attribute color. So this is now there's a tutorial on how to set up your attributes and your variations. Take a look at that tutorial. It's under our product section. This here is basically to filter quick filters for color, size, and whatever dimensions. Okay, and then obviously you can add other things to that filter. So if I go back here, oh no, not there, here, and then I go here. Okay, at the moment I just have color or size. You could add another one here. Okay, but don't add too many because you don't want it to go crazy. But that's just the power of it. Okay. Okay, so that's shop filters, single product page. Okay, so now this is my shop page. Okay, so let me just go back here quick. This is shop filters. This is single product. This is the shop area, the actual shop. So when I click on the shop, over here, this is the shop. This is where all the products will sit for the whole entire shop. But now if I click on a product, okay, and then I can have sidebars there. But if I click on a product, we call that a single product. Okay, so let's go back here. So now this is where the single product widget area is. Okay, now this is where I can add my own widgets for that. Okay, so if I go back here, let's see, this one doesn't have a sidebar. Generally you don't have a sidebar in a single product page because it looks quite nice, but you can have one on here or one on the left or the right. Okay, and that is this section here. Okay, my account pages. So basically you can set that on or off as well. You know, when you check out and so on, you would have a sidebar. Don't advise it because you wouldn't want to have widgets on your account page when someone's already checking out and paying. Don't overdo it for them. Or in rare cases, sometimes you might when someone's adding checking out and so on, you might want to have other products you might buy just before they check out. But yeah, it's totally up to you. Okay. Widget area and header. So that's basically in the actual header. You can actually add some widgets. Okay, so that's in the top here. Normally it's up here somewhere, or at the top here, depending on what options you do under your theme settings. And that's, you go through those tutorials, are quite important. Okay, then we have the footers. Okay, so now if I go down to the very bottom of the page, there we go. This footer is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 columns. The one that I've set up is just the 4. Okay, so now I can add widgets to those. So let's just say this one's just got a text block, just some random text. Let's add some. Okay, our stores information. Okay, so there's some default ones already in there. Let's just drag one in just to show you another example. Smash an image in there so you can upload an image, and then you don't have to worry about these two. Okay, so that's basically how you do the widgets. Okay, so let me just save what I've done. That's saved. Let's go back to the website. Let's refresh. Okay, so now let's go down. Okay, there we go. There's my footer. So I've got this, you'll see in the theme settings. I've got my three columns. The image didn't come up because I didn't add an image, but basically it's quite simple. So you just play around with these. You know now where each one fits, and you know how to add to your footer. Under theme settings, you don't even have to have a footer. You can just have a straight bar at the bottom if you like. But this is just if you want to add some widgets and so on. Okay, perfect. Thanks very much for watching.